Hello everyone. My name is Daisy, and I am 38 years old and work as a kitchen appliance salesperson. Welcome to spend another ordinary day with me. This morning, my child and I came to the Liuyang River for a volunteer activity organized by a local community group. The group had already prepared bottled water and watermelons to help sanitation workers stay cool in the summer heat. I wanted my child to join me because kindness is often easier to understand when we take part in it ourselves. There was no complicated ceremony, just local residents arriving quietly and getting ready to help. The organizers explained the plan, and everyone listened before the work began. The sanitation workers spend long hours keeping these streets and riverside paths clean, even on the hottest days. Handing over one bottle of water felt like a very small gesture, but I hoped it would make someone feel noticed. Boxes of water were stacked in the shade so they could be shared out steadily. People worked together to move the drinks, and no one seemed concerned about who received the credit. The watermelons arrived next, bringing a bright splash of green to the busy little gathering. They were heavy, so everyone naturally reached in to carry and arrange them. I like seeing a task become lighter simply because many hands are willing to share it. Adults and children stayed nearby as the last watermelons were placed in the shade. Soon, the first watermelon was cut open and divided into generous slices. The fresh fruit was simple, cool, and exactly what everyone needed that morning. Watching my child enjoy a slice reminded me that kindness can also be learned through happy memories. The organizers continued checking the supplies and making sure everything reached the right people. By then, people who had arrived as strangers were chatting, as if they had known one another for much longer. The children gathered at the front, while the adults found a place behind them for a group photo. That photograph was a small record of many ordinary people choosing to do something thoughtful together. As the activity ended, we walked away feeling tired from the heat, but glad that we had come. Before leaving the riverside, I sat down for a moment and let the shade cool me. The Liuyang River looked especially quiet after the lively morning, and I enjoyed having a little time to think. After our short rest, we headed back into town to continue the day. The sun was still strong, so even the cool air inside the car felt comforting. We stopped at a nearby pharmacy, so one of us could have her blood pressure checked. The children waited with us and found their own ways to stay entertained. The pharmacy was cool and quiet, which gave everyone a welcome break from the heat outside. The check only took a few minutes, but it is always reassuring to pay attention to small changes in our health. Busy days can make us forget our bodies, so this simple pause felt worthwhile. Once everyone was ready, we continued to a nearby wellness center for a longer rest. After such a hot and active morning, the calm interior immediately changed the pace of the day. We changed into comfortable clothes and entered a warm salt room together. There was nothing to do except lie down, breathe slowly, and let the warmth settle around us. Everyone relaxed in her own way, and the room gradually became very quiet. The gentle heat helped loosen the tiredness I had been carrying since the morning. I do not often stop completely, but my mind usually becomes calmer when I finally do. The children still had plenty of energy, so a small game soon appeared on the floor. We played together for a while, enjoying the cool room and the unhurried afternoon. These playful moments are simple, but they often become the part of the day I remember most clearly. My child lay beside me, and we laughed at how relaxed we both looked. After resting, it was time to shower and freshen up. The center stayed peaceful, with everyone moving slowly between the resting and treatment rooms. We also made time for a simple facial treatment before leaving. Waiting with a face mask on made all of us look serious, even though we could not stop laughing. For a few quiet minutes, I let someone else take care of me. The gentle treatment felt soothing after a morning spent outdoors in the sun. Nearby, clean robes were already hanging neatly for the next guests. Behind the relaxing rooms, the washing machines kept turning through load after load. Used clothes and towels were washed, sorted, and carried upstairs to dry. Fresh robes filled the racks, adding another quiet rhythm to the building. Seeing this work reminded me that every comfortable place depends on people doing careful jobs behind the scenes. When we were ready to leave, we gathered our things and stepped back into the bright afternoon. The children walked ahead, happy to be outside again after spending so much time indoors. A cage of colorful birds beside the road immediately caught their attention. We stopped for a closer look, and the curious birds seemed just as interested in us. Then we said goodbye and continued home through the familiar streets. Nothing extraordinary happened today, but sharing care with others and accepting a little care myself made the day feel complete.